Garonne. You'll get an even nicer view. As we are going to pass between those two hills by the pass, actually, yeah? We'll go on the opposite side, the other side. If you look at the price of the gasoline at the gas station, it's €1.63 per liter. Don't think that it's that cheap, because it's per liter. To get the price per gallon, you multiply by 4. So better to catch the train, huh? Or to ride a bicycle. Yeah? For Nice, it's getting very pacific to ride a bicycle or to catch the tram as well. Don't miss the view to your right as we keep turning, so pretty soon we'll be for the left side of the bus. Yeah, you see the harbor with those cruise lines, the Castle Hill, the entrance bay, and the international airport by the end, reclaimed from the seashore. And the Cap d'Antibes is the peninsula you can see further. So this section is Le Mont-Boron. This is one of the 2 aristocratic sections of Nice, and from here we have such a great view. And now if you look left, you'll get a nice view again, and you can see the big city of Nice, which is the 5th most important French city with about 400,000 inhabitants. And as you see, we keep urbanizing further and further up in the mountains. So we are talking about the agglomeration of Nice. Well, one day we'll go skiing in Nice, huh? I mean, you see. If you want to go skiing, you have to drive between 45 minutes to 1 hour 30, and you go skiing. Yeah. So it was snowing once we had those big storms here last week. It was snowing there in the Alps. I mean, 40 minutes away, it was plenty of snow. They had to put, you know, the chains on for the cars and so on. Yeah. Well, the season is over, huh, since the end of April. Huh? So they were very upset because there was a big lack of snow this winter down here. And then they had plenty once the season was over. So you see, your ship wasn't the only one around the Côte d'Azur. You could see about 4 in Nice, which is rare. Usually it's not that busy in Nice. But then here down the bay is Villefranche. So here, pretty soon again, you will have a great view over Villefranche Bay, very deep bay where sometimes there are 4 ships. Yeah. So this is the Pullman tour. This is the Spanish one. Yeah.
Flowers.
Pullman tour. And down the red roofs, this is Villefranche, the village. There is a fortress as the one you see up here. You see this fortress? It dates back to the 16th century. We go as slow as possible, but pretty soon we'll have to go faster. Otherwise, you will fight with the cars behind for us. To your left hand side is the way to reach Tina Turner's house.
Wow.
Yep. She owns a huge villa on the top of this mountain. And then is a nice view to your right again. You see a few motor yachts, sailing boats. This is my favorite place, Villefranche. Just so nice. Before this little tunnel, you will have a nice view, and right after. Yeah, it's huge. So there, if you come back, it's a sandy bay. But after the tunnel, you'll have a second, and then we'll have to drive, otherwise... Yeah, the peninsula is the Cap Ferrat, the Cap Ferrat, a highly privileged area.
Kind of, but whatever. Just take a break.
By living here, it's like being in, you know, in the countryside almost, but you're nearby the city, everything. Yeah. And the view is amazing. Yeah, but I'm afraid it's just unaffordable.
Unaffordable.
Yeah, otherwise I would be living. Yes, huh? If I have the choice, I'll take the sunny side. Huh? Look at the view, it's just, you know, even the nature is very generous here. You know, from Nice there is a difference by winter time of a few degrees. It's enough to have banana on the trees, to grow the white bougainvillea that we can't have in Nice. Few degrees, and there is almost no frost. I mean, not up here, but down the seashore you will see there are different sea resorts. This is Beaulieu down there, the town you see. And down there they are able to grow plenty of different plants because there is a mild subtropical climate. Once the winter wind blows, it comes from the snowy peak and it stays up. It doesn't reach those places really down below. Pretty soon again you will see the roller coaster tour, you see. I mean, it's really down, down, down. Well, you all remember Princess Grace. When she had a tragic car accident, it's not by the main roads, because I mean, it looks dangerous, but it's very easy to drive through. It's by the links between the upper, it's a link between the upper road and this middle road. And she was driving down, and it's relieving driving in the mountains, reaching a ski resort. I mean, you almost have to stop the car, pass the first gear, and to turn up. So this is nearby here, a bit further, about, I mean, 15 minutes further, that she had a tragic car accident. And here you see Beaulieu-sur-Mer down the cliffs, and the peninsula of the Cap Ferrat. The port you see by the peninsula is Saint-Jean. St. John, that was a mere fishing harbor till the 19th century. Then it was colonized by the aristocrats and it became, you know, a very chic place. Down Beaulieu there is, by the end of the harbor, a big block. This is La Réserve, and it's a palace, such a great institution where Greta Garbo or even Winston Churchill, Charlie Chaplin, this is where they were coming over. And here you can check that it is a Riviera. The mountains are really falling straight down into the Mediterranean Sea. Yeah, it's a bit huge. And the section of Beaulieu down under us is called Little Africa. It is thanks to this mild subtropical climate, and also because of the architecture, because here we have such a surprising architecture. Yeah, the Tour de France, ladies and gentlemen. Be careful, it's during 3 weeks. If you start watching, 3 weeks. It's like soccer, huh? It's never ending. just changed my husband because of soccer, so don't talk about the Tour de France, please. No, no.
Do you want to sit on this side?
So from here you have a great view over Aise, which is a very nice subject of conversation. This is where we're going. You'll see the village by the next bends. And if you look down here, you look down, well, you can't see the coastline, not yet. You will see pretty soon that we are still uphill. Before the creation of this road, the middle one, the only way to reach Aise was to climb up the mountain. Well, it's been 17 years I'm living in Nice. I haven't done it yet. I mean, my girls are not 17 years old. I could have done it before having my 2 little girls. But then with kids, you can't do it because it's too dangerous, too steep. It's a good excuse. But if you look down here, look up, you see? So the only way was to climb up. You see the track, it looks like a mule track. So with kids, they are too young still. Huh?
It's a good thing you're not sitting on
Next year, she'll turn 11, it's gonna be
You
okay.
can look on film. I seriously can't.
And this is the village of Aise. Here we go. So this is the medieval village up here, but down the seashore is the lower Corniche, lower road. This is the sea resort of Aise. So you see, you might have seen that the railway follows the seashore here as well. So in order to reach Monaco, I've told you that the population of Monaco is about 32,000 inhabitants, but there are more than 40,000 people moving over there every single day. Commuters moving for their jobs. Well, sometimes I'm part of them. Huh? So then it's better to catch the train, because here you can't move. You're stuck in the traffic. Huh? There is a lot of traffic jam. Yeah, because Monaco is that big and everybody rush at the same time to the same spot. So getting complicated. So then plenty of the commuters use the train, and the track is just fantastic. The view is just magnificent. We are reaching Aise, look at that. So you see there are remains of a castle on the top. They charge to get in, to reach the top. So today the view is getting hazy. I'm not sure it's worth it to go up there. You check the view before, it's getting hazy. Huh? This is the Cap d'Antibes. It's about €5, if I remember. Well, you go on your own, huh? You'll be free to go or to do not. But for today, I'm not sure, you know, where you
Look
go.
at that. No. Oh my god.
You'll decide.
We're gonna go across that bridge.
So then if you pay, you'll reach the castle on the top, and it was demolished at the same time as the one in Nice by the same king. We are now by the Devil's Bridge. Look down to your right. Yeah, that's a view.
Wow.
That was the place for the final jump of the unlucky players at the Grand Casino. You know you don't pay your house by gambling. Huh? I know on those ships, huh, the casinos are all around. Very bad for you. I don't like casino. No. So then quite a few had lost it all. Huh? And well. So we are going to park the bus, and then we'll go together uphill to the village. Then you'll get your free time. We'll meet each other back at the bus again, and then we'll be driving back to Cannes. Okay? So